Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. This is the last Friday of July, so definitely wanted to get on and say happy end of chapter 7. So give me just a couple of minutes while I get this forwarded out to people as I do my standard couple minutes beginning, and then we'll get right to it. I know that you guys are probably super busy as you're ending your work week, and I'll let you get back to it. So I won't be on for very long. So just give me 1 second. So I am about an hour late doing this live, and my excuse, I have really good excuses today. So my son has football practice on Friday nights as they are prepping for the fall season. And the class. Okay, so I have got this fly that's been in my house the last couple of days. My husband barbecues every week, and he always lets a fly in the house. And so this fly has like been harassing me all week, and I can't catch it. And so now it's buzzing around. So all right, so give me a second and let me finish. So anyway, they have practice Friday nights, and the practice is supposed to be over at 7:30. Well, tonight he had a lot to say, didn't get over until about 8 o'clock. I was supposed to be on live at 8 o'clock, and then I realized that my in-laws came in town, so I need to go grab some food. So it's been a big whirlwind of an evening for me today. So I apologize for being late, but we will get this started. And of course, my computer is not cooperating. All right, there we go. All right, so it's so funny. I get on these things, and my computer always acts like a straight ass. Okay, so it really is moving like molasses, but I don't think we have any people on, so I think. It's really sad when you share your live and you get on the network at the same time. It's like really super slow. Okay, finally. All right, so I'm going to take this hot sweater off because I was in the restaurant ordering our food to go, and it's like 106 degrees here in Texas today. It was like the worst heat of all, and we still have not hit the amount of heat we're about to get in the month of August. So, okay, let's see if I can get this forwarded out. All right, perfect. Finally, there. All right, so hopefully everyone is doing great this Friday. My message is pretty short and sweet today. I think my family should be coming home, so I'd like to get this finished before they get, but I do want to share it to my group. And I also want to say that this is actually going to be the last live that I will be sharing in one of the groups that I'm archiving. So I'm super excited and sad at the same time, but I am glad that we are moving in the direction that we're moving. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as we get ready to start chapter 8 in the next 3 days of 2017. Okay, so let me do one more share, and then I will be ready to go. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so happy end of 2017, the month of July. So this is the end of chapter 7. And so if any of you guys have been following me, you know that I love to really talk about the months in chapters, because when I really sat down at the beginning of the year, I thought of okay, 2017 really is kind of a new chapter of my business. It's a new chapter in the way that I'm approaching things. And so I'm going to really take 2017 and I'm going to look at it from the perspective of I've got these 12 chapters to hit my goals out of the park, to achieve the greatness that I want to achieve. And so every month I speak of it as a chapter, ending a chapter and beginning a new chapter. So we are ending chapter 7 and starting chapter 8. So first and foremost, I would have to say that I cannot believe how quickly the chapters are flying by. So I think it's a little cliche to say, okay, the chapters are flying by. I swear to God, this fly is like, it's harassing me. And it's funny because it's like only these flies my husband lets in the house are like harassers, like they harass the shit out of me. Okay, so anyway, if you're joining, say hi so I can say hello to you. But anyway, the chapter 7, it's flown by. Like I remember sitting down in June and sitting out and thinking about, okay, what are we going to accomplish for the month of July? And, we've got all this time, and look, it's already the 28th. So this month flew by, as does every month. And for me, when I hit August, the rest of the year is a blur because I've got a lot of big things that happen in our family. Starting in August, my husband and I's anniversary is in August. His birthday's in September. October, I think we don't have anything going on. But then November, I've got 2 kids who have birthdays, and then we start the holidays, and then it's the end of the year. So usually when I hit August, and that's really a busy season for our barbershop. So August, once we get to August, we are, it's a blur after August. So if I get to July and I'm at the end of July, I haven't bought school supplies, school clothes, I feel like I'm so behind the curve. So today I did get the school supplies, so I still haven't done the school shopping, but we're going on vacation in August, so I'm super excited about that. All right, so let's talk about month in recap and kind of what hopefully you have a lot of good things to share about what you accomplished in the month of July. And if you didn't, it's still not too late. I love to say that. But last month, what I did is, I think at the end of May, I did a live, and the topic was, it's not too late to set your goals, right? Is to sort of set a reset button for your business and for you to really establish the goals that you want and define them and really kill the rest of the year. And so you are now in month 1 of that reset button. And so for me, that reset button was really good. We really clearly defined a set of strategies and products and services that our business is going to be offering. And you got a little bit of a taste of that this month when we did the Boost Your Sales Challenge. Super excited about how that challenge turned out. We had an amazing set of participants. We did end up giving out a coaching, 3-hour coaching service to the winner, Pache Spades. And so super great product that she created. Cannot wait to see how that product flourishes over the next couple of months. And I'm actually going to put a link to it after this live. And it's called Brown Girl Confidential. And I think I've talked about it a little bit. And it's a journal for brown girls who are the ages between 14 and 17. And she really spoke during that challenge about how the transformation that she hopes that journal is going to provide girls in that age group, help provide them as they, go through the teenage years and have a way to express themselves. So to watch her develop or solidify that product into a concrete message and then ultimately launch, I believe she launches August 1st. I've seen her post over the last several days and weeks as she did pre-launching, and it's just been an amazing story. So this is why I love doing what I do. And so I was on a friend's live earlier today, and her message was pretty powerful, which was really about how do you what have you been disappointed in terms of investments that you've made? And if you're new on the block and you're new in providing your service or product, that you really need to be an expert in what you do, and really showcase that expertise because you're in the business of helping people. And so as I reflect on this month and I reflect on kind of what is it that I do and what is it that I stand for? I did a message about that earlier in the week about what I stand for as a business owner and what I want SG Consulting to be and the products that we deliver. Who is it for and what is it to help and who is it to help? I really have done a lot of, introspection, I think is the right word. Really have been doing a lot of reflection about my business and, kind of where am I taking it? So for me, the month of June has been really a reset button. And so I hope if you haven't already done so that you are in the process of hitting your 2017 sort of reset button. So let's talk again about what I've got upcoming for Chapter 8 in 2017 for the group and for my existing customers and for my future customers. So in July, what you saw was a Boost Your Sales Challenge, which really was focused on defining that offer, making sure that the offer that you have to give your prospective clients really speaks to that transformation, really speaks to the before and after, and creates a package, a signature package that they will fall in love with, really from the perspective of those customers that are already familiar with your brand. Hey, Veronica, thanks for joining. I'm glad that you could join. I am so sorry that I was late, but I'm glad that you could be on. So I'm just really talking about kind of Chapter 7, the conclusion of July, and how we are going to take Chapter 8 on as business owners, and hopefully how I can be a part of that journey for you. So what you saw in Chapter 7, as I was talking about, is sort of in summary, is we had the Boost Your Sales Challenge. It was a 5-day free challenge where we really talked about how you as a business owner who offers services and products, how you can create that signature offer and then create a package. Hey, Hira, how are you? Glad to have you on Friday. You are becoming my Friday night crew, I swear. And so how to package that up and how to offer that and communicate that offer out to your existing clients. And so in the month of August, as I sort of thought about, okay, we've got this now, what ultimately, if you missed out on that challenge, that will be available to you as a masterclass. You'll be able to get that on replay, and I will also include that in the link as a recap for Chapter 7. No partying anymore. I know we're such fuddy-duddies, aren't we? So I will be partying later in 2 weeks. I am going on a cruise and I'm just so super excited about that. But okay, so that was really my focus was really getting that launch, making sure that launch had all that it needed to have in terms of communication, structure, and all of that to make that available for you all. So that again is available on replay. I will include the link on how you can get that masterclass if that's something that you're interested in doing. But I'm super excited about the month of August. We've got so many amazing things happening in August. I am ramping up the guest speakers. We launched in July. We launched guest speakers. So we had 2 guest speakers in the month of July. We had Benir Pierre, who talked about magic money and what your money blocks may be in terms of you not getting the goals that you want for money. And then just 2 days ago, we had Ashlyn Ray, who spoke. We actually had 3 people this month. I forgot about, we had Brent Sutcliffe, who talked about technology in your business at the beginning of the month. We had Benir Pierre talk about magic money. And then we had Ashlyn just 2 days ago talk about, no, I guess 4 days ago, talk about the art of selling you. And that was yet another powerful message. We have some great speakers lined up in the Marketing Boss Lounge in the month of August. August 1st, we have Gerald Pimpleton, and he is going to talk about how do you reach financial minority, not maturity. And so he is really going to talk about how you as a business owner, service provider, how you can overstep the bullshit that you have created and made in your financial business and how to recover from that. So he's going to have an amazing, powerful message. On the 14th, we have Lori Everly, who's going to speak to us about mindset and abundance. So I am super excited about the launch of our guest speakers in the group. And so again, if you would like to be one of those guest speakers, I will also include the link there. So this is really going to be a big power information live in terms of links and information that you'll be able to get from Recap. But if you want to be a speaker in our group, we do those Tuesday nights. There's an application. The only thing that I ask from you is that you provide some significant value to business owners and small owners who could benefit from your service. So it's not really a commercial about what it is that you have to offer, but really how you can benefit those. And then certainly if you have an offer at the end, you can make that. So I'll include the link for the application, but that you can do. We do that Tuesday nights between 7 and 9, speaker's choice. We can do an interview style or you can do a presentation style. Super excited about the guest speakers because really, as I tell you often, being a business owner, although my superpower is marketing, there is so much to being a successful business owner, so many different disciplines that you need to know about in order. Is this the first speaking? Yes, this is our first speaking series, Veronica. This past month in July, I think I saw you having guest speakers. I think Susan has guest speakers. I know I follow a couple of groups that have guest speakers, and the concept of guest speakers is just so amazing to me about being able to allow other people who have amazing superpowers to offer business owners the opportunity to speak breath into these businesses' life. So I absolutely took the opportunity to implement that in our group. And so we will continue as long as there are people who are interested in providing information and value to business owners. We'll continue to do that. So I think it's been great. I think the speakers have really enjoyed it. Look forward to having more participation by the group members. But I think as we continue to grow, that participation will grow to show how to support and build. Absolutely. I think it's a great opportunity for business owners to particularly when it comes to the space of like being visible, for them to have the opportunity to showcase their brilliance and their superpower. So I love having that forum to do that. So really, I think you were one of the biggest inspirations for me to do that. I think I saw a post that you did and I was like, damn it, I am absolutely implementing that in my group and in my space as well, because I want to make sure to give people that same kind of platform. So Veronica, thank you for being that inspiration for me. So guest speakers, we will be continuing that through the rest of the chapters of 2017. So one other thing that you have that you will find in August is that in August, every Wednesday night I go live. And this month we will be doing a series on Facebook advertising and how Facebook advertising, if it's not part of your current strategy for marketing, how absolutely critical it's going to be a part of that strategy. So our first live is this Wednesday coming up. I believe that's August 2nd. So again, if you don't know my background, I'm a project manager by trade. It runs in my blood. I'm certified. So I know every date of Monday of the upcoming month. I know usually the date of those Mondays. So now, since Wednesdays are my Go Live training days, I know every Wednesday date. So this first Wednesday is August 2nd, and I'm going to be talking about why you need a Facebook business page in relationship to your Facebook ads, because that's going to be the foundation for which that we start doing the rest of the ads. I'm going to be publishing. You'll be seeing on my page the events go up, but we'll have 2 free actual training, and then we'll do a live every Wednesday. And the topic is going to be about Facebook advertising, tips and tricks in terms of how to create those successful campaigns, because that is what my superpower is. It's all about Facebook advertising and making sure that you create the perfect campaign to market, to retarget to your existing, and to attract strangers to convert them to paying clients. So super excited about that series that's going to be launching in the month of August. And so that's kind of like in general that we've got going. And then we've got like a super hold on just a second. I got one person who's saying they can't see me. So I'll just, so we've got a super live, action-packed month in August in terms of lives, trainings. We've got guest speakers. We've got 2 that are lined up. We've got 2, I want to say 2 or 3 spots open. So I know that we will fill those spots. So excited about what's going on in Chapter 8. And you know what? I put this out there, I think a couple of days ago, that I've done all the content for August, but as quickly as the rest of this year has flown by, the rest of the year will fly by. And I really want to coast in the month of November and December in terms of content. So I'm going to start on September content this upcoming week so that I can get September and October content, you know, sort of queued up. So I would love to hear, like, how do you get your marketing plans defined? How do you get your upcoming? Because actually for me, in September, I start planning the upcoming year, right? Because again, those holiday months, I like to kind of leave free for all the partying and the fun that I'll be having with my family and my friends. So I really like to do my big, heavy lifting annual planning in the month of September. And so that will be the same case here. So, you know, I don't want to necessarily be doing content and all that. So what I can tell you is if you are struggling with developing your marketing plans, trying to figure out, you know, what is it that you should be marketing? How do you market? That's really what the next several months I'm going to be focusing on, is really how do you structure your marketing planning process such that it becomes effortless for you to execute, so that you're not struggling with trying to come up with ideas at the last minute, right? So you look at what I'm promoting and work about 30, 45 days in advance, and that's perfect, right? Veronica, particularly if you are having events, if you're launching products, you want to have that buffer time so that you can get the message out there to all of your existing base, and then enough time for people who are new to you, strangers as I call them, new to you. So 30 to 45 days in advance is usually a great amount of time to start that communication and even start that planning process. I always tell people, if you are getting ready to launch a product or a service or fill in the blank, right, an event, whatever it is that you're about to launch, you want to obviously start that planning. I won't scare you. In most cases, if it's a big event, I'm going to start 2 to 3 months in advance. I'm going to start communication about 30 to 45 days in advance, particularly if I'm trying to attract new people to my brand. So it really does take a lot of, and I don't mean a lot, meaning like, you know, it's going to take you 6 months to get it together. But if you really want to see the numbers and the success ultimately of the reason why you do whatever it is that you do, right? The reason why you do events, the reason why you do promotions, the reason why you do whatever fill in the blank activity that you do, is so that you can get participation. You got to give people the room and the space in order for you to get that kind of participation. So it's ahead of time and then creation time. Absolutely. And so I spoke about this last week, because last week we did a lessons learned after our challenge. I did a lessons learned with my team. And I this month, this round of launch for me was the first time that I actually utilized a full team, and I didn't do it all of myself, which I will tell you is like the most amazing experience I've ever had. And so we did a lessons learned, and I did, you know, we actually continued that through this week. And my biggest lesson for myself was I underestimated how much it took for someone else to do something that is their superpower versus something that is not my superpower. So I undercut their time. I didn't give them insight or I didn't allow them to be a part of the planning process. And so certainly as we go into these next product launches and services, they will be a part of that planning process because that's their superpower. They need to be the one defining how long it's going to take for them to get whatever task they're responsible for. And I'm going to stay in my zone of genius. So that was a great lesson for me. All of my graphics were done by my graphic artist. I used a web designer for my sales pages and all of that. So it was really a great experience just doing this challenge using the team. So super excited to have the team of people that I've got a part of the building of this empire. So you're going to see a lot more greatness in terms of what we launch. So super excited. We've got a new product that's going to be launching in the month of August, and it really is about allowing you to free up some of the time as it takes to marketing by allowing you to utilize Facebook ads as your marketing tool to attract volume of people as opposed to necessarily having to depend on your personal interaction with people to attract them to your offers. So very excited about Chapter 8 and what we've got in store for Chapter 8. Would love to hear in the comments what you guys have in store for Chapter 8. What you guys got going on for Chapter 8, because I know you guys are planners and you've thought about it and you are ready to go. So Veronica, what do you got going on for August coming up? Ira, what do you got going on? I think Ira, you're launching a new program as well, right? Okay, so these lights are like, I mean, they're out of control. It's like adding like another 10 degrees in the house, and it's already 100 degrees in this house. All right, let me make sure, because you know the lag time is so slow on this. So if you're answering, I'm not getting it. So I won't keep you. I just wanted to kind of give you a summary, and I want to give you guys a pep talk. Planning and okay, joint venture in August, heavy project planning. You know, Veronica, I'm a project geek. Like I love the planning process. Like I love it. Like I love it. Rolling it out in September. Yeah. I actually based on the feedback from the team, because I had like, I don't know, 2 or 3 more products I was going to launch by the end of the year, is I have totally backed off of that and will be launching most of those new products that I had in my queue in the beginning of the year, and we're just going to focus on really honing these set of products that we've got out. I love it. I don't know if that like, so I have like this total secret. Like I really love project schedules. Like I love the numbers of a project schedule, like Microsoft Project, like that makes me like super geeky. I don't use it as much as I used to because no one else consumes the data. And it really is just for me and my tinkering. But man, when I was in IT and I would get to do a project schedule, and God, if there was like, 5 or 10 resources, I would just be like in love, and I would tinker with that damn thing until I was like blue in the face. So, Facebook ads actually is a perfect supplement of that, because it really is about tinkering with the numbers and tinkering and testing and seeing how it all flies out. So it's a perfect supplement to my addiction. So believe it or not, I actually use Excel. So because I don't have resources that really, they don't use the schedule. I don't have big teams like I did when I was in IT project management. So I use Asana for, internally to manage our project tasks and that kind of stuff. And it's not as powerful and as geeky as Microsoft Project is, but I do use Asana. And I like Asana. I've used a lot of, with Excel, so that works. Yeah. So for most of my project related tasks that I have to assign, I even use Asana for my clients. And one of the coaches that I work with personally, she used it on me, and I was like, oh, hell no. Like I'm totally using this for all of my clients going forward. I didn't even think that I could do that. And so when she did it for me, I was like, I'm absolutely using. So for my clients that I do one-on-one coaching accountability, I use Asana for that for them. And then for any web design projects that I have with my clients, any of that, we use Asana. So it actually has been a great tool for us to assign and keep everything together. And then I'm able to see it. And then I can, I can forward tasks from email to there and all of that. So Asana has been my go-to. It's still not as geeky and as cool to me as Microsoft Project. And then when I really just can't get it all out of my head, I'll dump it all in Excel. I'll put it all in Excel. I'll schedule it out, and then I'll, either have someone else transfer it to Asana or I'll do it myself. But Excel is kind of the first place that I do to get myself organized and to get it all out of my head on paper. So yes. All right. So I'm looking forward to seeing your joint venture and seeing what you've got going on. You've been instrumental in influencing me and my business over the last 18 months. You are one of the first coaches that I followed when I decided really to take this online business to the next level. And so super excited to be a part of your tribe, and I'm glad to have you a part of mine. So I'm just very excited, Veronica, to be to have you on my live and for you to be here and for me to continue to learn and grow from you. So for those who don't know, Veronica is the BizFit Coaching. She has an amazing group of women that she mentors for people who are just starting and growing their online businesses and are entrepreneurs. Great group of women there. So yeah, you've been very instrumental. So one of the things that I will say, and then I'll let you go because I probably have talked already too much, is one of the things that I will say is when you first start out and you start your business, and particularly if you're in the online space. So if any of you you're watching this later and you're just starting out and you are figuring out how to market, what every business person will tell you or any coach will tell you, particularly if you're consuming a lot of free content, is that you need to join a group, right? And you need to join a group that you can post in and that you can, get the word out about your business. And so, what they don't tell you in that when you're marketing yourself is really you need a safe space to be able to figure out how to post content, to be able to really understand what it means to get engagement in an online space compared to what you may have done if you had an online business, offline business. So my background, 10 years, had a brick and mortar business, and the way that you market and you communicate with people is very different than the way you do it online. So to be able to find a group that will truly nurture you and allow you to grow and have that space to practice, to be able to give your speech and be inviting, it's very few places that I've been able to find that really isn't aggressive and it's just a promotion place. Veronica has that space, and my goal is to create a very similar space. My obviously is focused on marketing. Veronica is on general business marketing, business development and growing your business. And so I will just tell you, absolutely, if you can find those groups that will provide you as a new business owner the ability to nurture and grow as you start to really figure out who you are as a business owner, is going to be critical to your success. And so Veronica has provided that space. There's a couple of other coaches that I follow that have provided that similar space. Again, my hope is to provide that type of space for business owners. My message is really around how to market yourself. So just super excited to continue to be on this journey. Excited about chapter 8. Glad that chapter 7 is almost done, because chapter 8, second week, is my vacation. So I'm super excited about that. I've been on vacation in 18 months. So my family and everybody, we're all chomping at the bit. So we are going on a cruise. 5 days. I'm not taking any devices, none of that. So I've got a busy week next week as I get prepared to being off the grid for 5 days, or 7 days actually. So anyway, it was great talking to you guys. It's Friday night. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will start Monday morning, 31st, last day of chapter 7, and getting ready to kick chapter 8's ass in the butt. All right. Girl, you deserve it too. Veronica, thanks for joining here. It was great to see you guys again. Anyone else that comes on later? JC, I saw you. Great to see you too, JC. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.